This is a follow-up to my first video where I installed a stereo in my Artic Fox 990. This is a 2025 camper. I'll try to go over it real quick. I know it's been some time, but it's been working great. I put, let's see, these are Polk audio 6.5-inch speakers. Does need a 3/4 inch spacer to clear the magnet. So I found out one thing, that the left and the right, they're bridged. So this is one channel. So like that speaker is actually tied to this speaker in series. I'm sorry, parallel. So yeah, anyways, it is what it is. So the ohms does drop, but if you have an amp that can handle it. So yeah, I have a 5-channel amp I bought. Let me see here, pull the string. Did a lot of work over here. So I installed a recoil 5-channel. It's not a super high-end amp, but it does work pretty good. I did lower the bracket to the TV to get a little bit more space. There's a bass knob here. Let me see. You can see some of the wiring. I brought single lot OFC copper. Things got moved around a little bit here. All the wires go underneath the amp. It's on standoffs. So underneath there, it all feeds into this cavity. I was trying to figure out a way to bring wires down this. You can't. There's just really no room, or you can't get to the back corner. At least I couldn't. Maybe there's another way. So if you take this panel off, which I have it on at an angle because I'm running my my wires through here in the back. So it's all in a sleeve. It's jacketed, and so those wires, either the head unit or between the amp, they all got. If you're trying to get down here or to where, let's see, my subwoofer's down there, you got to go through these cabinets. You have to take out. Let's see. You take out the. It's really easy actually. The 4 screws. The microwave slides out. You go in. You take the spice rack out. Then you come down the wall, and then you could pass back through underneath the empty cavity behind the oven, and that passes through. You take this guy out with a couple screws inside there. This comes out, and you can get snake the wire, and the wire comes all the way through here. You lift this up, you come through there, and then I actually ran so this is the subwoofer speaker wire. Runs all the way under here. And it's under the seat. You actually see it here. I routed out that piece of plywood. Still need to paint it and put a grill in there. But I did sacrifice most of that space over there for a subwoofer, an 8-inch Savard High Q8. It does sound pretty good and it's pretty loud. I used to have a shallow 12 mounted back here, but it was so close. Actually, the screen door, when the slide is in, the screen door was hitting the cone and starting to slowly destroy it. So that was a sealed 12 in a very shallow box. I got rid of that. It's in the garage. And I like the ported box sound better anyways. So when they're properly tuned, it's underneath there. Sorry for the mess. I just got back from the beach last weekend with my kids. But came out clean. I'm running a Fusion, which is a Garmin brand marine stereo. It's a Bluetooth stereo, where I have the TV auxiliary out of the TV into the input of this, so everything still works. Was quite a bit of work. So this is a 5-channel. So one channel is just inside, which is left and right, fronts, I guess you'd call it. Then I have an exterior speakers out there that are also Polk Ultramarine component speakers, and that's on the 2nd channel, 3 and 4. And the 5th channel is the sub amp. And here you can see I've added this enclosure here. And where the old speaker was, I just made that blanking plate to mount the tweeter. So there's a crossover network inside there where I had to cut out the foam a little bit bigger and then also drill across, run the speaker wire to the mid-range. but these get really loud and they sound really good. I'm very happy with everything. I was gonna play some music, but I think there's copyright laws. Maybe I can figure something out, but yeah, that's what I did. I did move this real quick. You need sound deadening material for this whole area, which you can get pretty cheap on Amazon or even yeah, just Amazon. I think Noitco or one of those brands. So there's an 8-inch sub in a ported box. It is facing backwards. It does sound slightly better this way, but this is a legit, I think 650 RMS subwoofer. And as long as this is open, most of the sound goes out there anyway. So, you know, the subwoofer just vibrates. It doesn't really move much air. But yeah, it does sound pretty good. And if you're an audio enthusiast like I am, if you do all the things that I did, I think you'll be well pleased with the output. This is an affordable amp. It's on Amazon too. Recoil 5-channel. And these Polk DB series 6.5s. If you want to just run a 5.5-inch speaker or 5 1/4, it's going to be easier to mount. I actually just had all this stuff, so I had to use it. I thought about making a double baffle here and doing something more elaborate, but this is good. It's good enough for now, and it actually sounds really good. So yeah, all on one amp, all mounted cleanly. I thought about trying to go inside here. There's an area, empty space in here. You can get in through this side, but it wasn't, you know, I didn't really see the value in that when I had just enough space here to mount this, and it kind of worked out. But I also have two 314 amp hour lithium ion phosphate batteries in the compartment outside. I could show you that real quick. So these are two mini, which are still bigger than normal, but basically I created two bus bars, a hot and a positive and negative, big fuse. And there's the two. So one of them actually died, but there were 280 amp hours. I sent one back, and this is a 314 amp hour watt cycle. But yeah, you know, 600 amp hours of power is pretty nice.